You're welcome to the Cruising is Life podcast. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or just starting out, we have something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and get ready to set sail with us on the Cruising is Life podcast.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Cruising is Life podcast. We're joined by our usual co-hosts, Justin and Dimitri. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Today's a very special episode. We're doing a Q&A today. So anybody that's watching here live, of course, feel free to drop as many questions in the chat, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. We're also just going to kind of do some just random cruise chat as well. But today's a special episode because I guess it's the technical 1 year is 2 days from now on Friday, but it's our 1 year anniversary of the Cruising is Life podcast. Can you believe it?
Yes, thank you to our 5 viewers for all your support.
I think we have a little bit more than 5.
I find 6.
But yeah, can't say how glad we are to have you guys in the chat and how thankful for all the support. So thank you guys for a good first year of the podcast here and supporting us. But here's to many, many more.
Lots more.
Here's to many, many more.
Yes. But anyways, as we wait for some of the questions to come into our chat here, I see Coop is in the chat, as well as Jackson and Captain Wonderdust. But yeah, as we wait for all the questions to come in, we just kind of do some random cruise chat. Did you guys see that Epic has returned to Port Canaveral today?
The Epic is indeed back. She's running a 3-night right now, and then she's going to the 7 nights, so she's back.
That is awesome. I saw that. Well, I guess I saw it on the schedule, but I saw it. This morning on the webcam. I was like, "Oh, she's back today." I love it.
Love it. Love.
She was here last year, but she replaced the Escape, technically, because she's on the Saturday schedule now at Terminal 10, which is really, really cool.
I didn't say Saturdays.
Right, she's Saturdays.
She's doing Eastern and Western.
I think she's only doing Eastern.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think she's only.
I got New Orleans that's doing the Westerns. So
yeah, I think that's what it's doing. But Brady says, thoughts on Adventure of the Seas. We should be asking that to you since you're on the ship right now, bud.
We should be asking that to him.
But yeah, I hope you're having a great cruise. It seems like it, but I hope you're having a good cruise, Brady.
Does he even know he's on a cruise?
I honestly don't think he does.
I don't even know if he knows he's on a boat.
He definitely doesn't know where he is.
In the middle of the Atlantic.
The Epic failure just left Port Canaveral an hour 30 late.
No.
The Epic failure. That is the best name I've ever heard for that ship. She was an hour 30 late. I don't know what the heck her problem was. I think she had tugs too.
She did. I have a feeling that's going to be a pattern with her. She's usually she at 6 p.m. last year.
She was at 6 p.m., but it was the Sunday departure. But she's taking the 4 p.m. Saturdays from Escape. But who knows?
It might have just been because she came over from wherever she was at, so they needed a little bit.
Yeah,
she probably had like a Coast Guard thing this morning.
That's true. Oh, actually, yeah, you're probably right on that. Usually, like, the very first time in a port, like, not, like, ever, but, like, a first time, like, in a couple months or for a season, like, when you first come over, especially internationally, like, you're definitely going to be, late departing your first time out just because you're going to have to go through all sorts of extra regulations and stuff like that. So that's probably what happened, but we're going to see her on Saturday. We've just been talking about how she's...
the wrong day.
Right now, we were just talking about how we're like, oh, she's taking the Saturday spot, yay! And I say Sunday.
I'll be there Saturday. I don't know about you.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna show up on Sunday. I might be there Sunday, going, hello,
where's the Norwegian
Epic?
Epic?
Wonder of the Seas. That's it.
Yeah, I'll just see Wonder and be like, where the heck did Epic?
For real.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm excited to see her. It'll be good. Hopefully she actually leaves during the daytime, because like a lot of the stuff I have of her last year was dark.
Well, yeah, and the time changes on Saturday too, so probably be the only time you guys are gonna see her in the sun is that one day.
Well,
it
if
changes
she,
Saturday.
I know,
It changes this Saturday.
so
Sunday?
bad.
I
Yeah.
thought it was next Sunday.
No.
No way.
Yeah.
That's booty.
It's the 3rd, November 3rd.
Don't
That
yell at me.
is-
I'm
You're
gonna
right,
yell.
you're right.
That is very
You're right.
stinky. I do not like that.
So
I know it's
probably
gonna be
the
dark
only
like
time you'll
3
get
o'clock
daytime
now.
pictures.
I know, but yeah, I mean, if as long as she's leaving at 4 o'clock this year rather than 6, like 4 is still okay.
It'll
But-
just be sunset.
Yeah, you'll probably get a little bit of golden hour here and there in some of the shots, which would be good.
Yeah.
But Brady says, "What are your thoughts on Utopia potentially moving to 7s? Will it happen? I think it'll happen eventually.
I think
Yeah.
it will too. It's not gonna stay on short ones forever.
I think future Oasis class ships are going to go onto the 3 and 4. So I think that's what they're going to focus the new ones on, and then they'll kind of like rotate them out. Like Wonder and Utopia will eventually rotate out of that and into something else. I have my theories and things of Wonder going over to China, but that's not really confirmed. But things line up for that.
You must have all the contacts that Caleb has. You know all the information.
And Caleb gave us a giant list of stuff, and we're like, dude, none of this makes sense.
he was right. Unfortunately, he was right.
Unfortunately, it's right, but nothing makes sense. We're like, excuse me?
Why
So
would Treasure
stupid.
go up to New York? Like, in
Yeah.
what sense does that make?
Disney Treasure is coming across to Port Canaveral in like 2 weeks, by the way. Coming to Canaveral,
Sure,
spending
what?
like 3 days in Canaveral, then going up to New York for a christening ceremony, then coming back. She's not even
Just to
doing a
come back.
sailing.
So
She's not even doing a sailing out of Port Canaveral or New York either. Like, I don't know what their reasoning behind moving her up to New York for 1 day just for a christening ceremony.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't
Disney
really make
Fantasy.
sense.
Did Disney Fantasy have it up in New York?
I don't think so.
I know Dream
They all
did.
put it in.
Or Dream had it in.
Dream definitely had it in Canaveral.
You're right. That's what I meant. Dream definitely have it in Canaveral. I didn't know
We're about to
anything
find
about.
out.
I guess so.
I was gonna say, I know Magic and Wonder were.
Of course, Canaveral. Yeah.
I've seen those videos. Oh, Fantasy was NYC, says somebody in the chat.
Oh, very interesting.
Thing
With
I wonder
Mariah
why they did
Carey
that.
and Nick Cannon.
with Mariah Carey. Oh, is she the godmother?
I don't know. Nick
Who is
Cannon
the
was
guy?
there too. I don't know.
Who is the godmother of Treasure? Look it up.
Well, I know Nick
Not me.
Cannon has like 30,000 kids, so maybe he's.
Oh,
the
I don't think they've
godfather.
announced it yet.
How do they not announce that yet?
That is really weird. They'll probably announce it like the day of.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, it doesn't look like they. Yeah, they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah.
They'll probably do it in New York. I'm sure whoever it is knows, but I'm sure they'll do it in New York.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They'll probably announce it, like right before.
It's like, who wants to be the godmother of the ship? All right.
I do.
will.
I'll be a girl for a day.
We'll get you a little wig and a little dress to wear out there, and you'll.
For real. I already have the right size to wear a bra, so we're good.
Pookie's rocking some D cups.
I am. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh man, Jaco, our next cruise, Pookie or Justin and I are going on Oasis of the Seas next week.
A week from tomorrow, baby.
8 days from today, we are going
Only
on.
a 3-night though, but still.
It's a 3-night, but it's awesome. It just got out of dry dock
Just got
too.
a dry dock.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. That's awesome. There's nothing like major that was done to it.
No, it's just a touch up. They'll, I'll
Routine
take it,
maintenance.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
routine maintenance. Kind of like
She's-
Voyager right now.
Yeah, she is on her way across too. The cruise started the other day, right?
Yeah, she's like, oh, I mean, if it's a 14-day transatlantic, so they got 8 days left. Because
It
we
was
got 8
14
days.
days. Damn, so they've been on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it a revenue sailing or is she sailing empty?
Yeah,
No,
it's
she's
a revenue
yeah,
sailing.
It is.
Yeah, she's got some passengers on right now.
We
I
should
haven't
have
seen
done
any
that
pictures,
cruise,
though.
probably as much as we had paid for the 3-night.
That's true. Honestly, we got a pretty good deal for that 3-night because we booked so long ago.
Yeah.
Today's
Yeah,
price,
how
I
long
don't know
when
about.
did we book this cruise?
We booked that the same day as we booked Venezia. But I couldn't tell you. I just know we
What's
booked
wrong
2
with
in the
that?
same day.
What is wrong with us? I mean, we did that also.
Final payment for
after
that's
we-
due in like 3 days as well.
Hi, is it really?
It's due on Monday.
That is.
I'm so
brutal.
sick of it.
I'm about to pay rent, new car tires, cruise. My dad is going to be pissed, dude.
If
wow.
I could talk to myself 1 year ago, the version of me that booked all of these cruises, I would give myself a black eye.
Yeah, me too.
I would knock
100%
myself
right there.
out. I'm so excited to go on all these cruises, but I am not having it when it comes to like finances.
It's so bad, dude.
It's just so many of them hit at once.
For real, I don't know how we managed to do that. Where
No,
all the
we're-
payments all come up at the same time.
No, I'll tell you how we managed to do it. We booked them all within the span of about 3 months of each other, to where we go on one, then our final payment is due 2 days after we get off of one, and then we wait 2 months to go on the next one. Then we get on that one, but at the same time, we've got one 2 months later that we have to pay for before we even go on that one.
Yeah.
So not only do we have the cruise that we need to pay for, but we also have all our onboard expenses, and it's just.
Yes. Thankfully.
I got a
already
long
closed.
lecture from my parents about my financial decisions, and I'm like, I'm well aware. I'm
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, I'm tired of it too. I'm so excited to be cruising, but man, my wallet is not happy.
Yeah, neither is mine. Mine's getting
On
really
the plus
light.
side, on the plus side, we did get really good deals on this. We literally are paying under $700 a piece for the Venezia for 7 days. So,
I mean, how can you not book that, right?
well, that's kind of the reason we did it. It was more of like, dude, the Venezia's got this. It's like $650 a piece. You want to go? Sure.
Yes.
And then yeah, it was like later that day. It was like, oh, Oasis has a 3-night. Book it. Don't you want to know the price? Book it.
Oasis, you said? I'm in.
I'm in. Let's see. Oh, I like this question. Have we gotten any updates on Port Canaveral's new terminal? Have they said anything since the cancellation? They need to start on that the December, or as soon as possible, because December 25th is a first 7 ship day.
Yeah, plan on that being
Or
canceled.
December 6th, 25. I had dyslexia kicked in there. But no, they're working on it.
Not a peep. I haven't.
Plan
heard
on
Not
that
a-
not happening.
Honestly, like even the people within that tell me things do not know. So it seemed they're definitely they're exhausting a lot of their options, but those are like their 2 best options. Now, the original one, Terminal 4, where that big yellow boat marina is, that's still in the works. The issue with that is that they can't start it until the lease ends on that property, which does not end until I think late next year. So they can't even start demolition on that and even get started on that until like late 25, to where it's going to be open 27, 28 at the earliest. That's
too
the
late.
problem. That's why exactly, that's way too late. They need it now. They legitimately need it now. And that's why they had that extra terminal, but of course the state of Florida screwed them over a little bit, which I'm not too happy about, but it's whatever, I guess.
For real. Thanks a lot, Florida.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I get it, but I don't get it, because they said, oh, well, we gave you money to build that pier for cargo. Okay, well, we use it for cargo, but we can build a multi-purpose terminal and, take cruise passengers out of there, because we're going to make a lot of extra money out of that terminal and that berth that you gave us, or that you gave us all the money for. We could make some additional money off of that with cruise passengers. And like, no, we want the space stuff there.
Messed up,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they were actually going to try the dual purpose terminal. I mean, that would have been made the most sense. I mean, they could have easily done it. It wouldn't have been that difficult to do. Is build something that can withhold and withstand cargo and cruise passengers. I mean, it's not that hard. But
So, and then the other thing is with the 7 ship day, I think just that 7th ship is one. Are they all embarking and disembarking that one day? Can you go
Yeah.
look at timetables and see?
yeah,
who's
they're
there that day?
all. So off the top of my head, it should be Treasure, Joy, Grandiosa.
What day is
Um,
it? I'll tell you.
Oof, all big hitters.
Yeah,
What day is
so
it? The
Joy,
December
Grandiosa, Treasure, and then the 6 and 8 ships. So it would be probably Vista and Adventure, then a Celebrity ship at 1, and Mardi Gras at 3. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Joy,
They're all big
Grandiosa,
boys.
Mardi Gras, Treasure, Apex, Freedom, and Adventure.
yep, they are all
So one of them
big
will have
ships.
to dock where Davina docked that one time at that cargo pier.
That I don't know.
They
They only docked there because they didn't have passengers. I don't think that's really
Right.
safe for actual cruise passengers to be.
No, they won't do that. They'll
What
either
day of the
Joy.
week is
I think
that?
Joy will get the boot.
Yeah, I think our Joy Cruise is probably going to end up going out of Miami if I had to make a really good guess.
Well, let's see
or
who's in.
they're going to
who's-
put the Grandiosa on Friday to Friday sailings because NCL technically 10 is their terminal. So they just share it a little bit, but I would say
We probably will go out of Miami because there's no Norwegian ship there that day. It's just
Right.
Horizon, Icon, World America, Resilient Lady, and the Zoiterdam.
that's
What?
weird.
And then the
That
day
is
we would
super
get
weird.
back.
On December 7th, in a couple weeks.
What?
Oh, is this for November
Next year.
2026?
For
Next year.
Oh, I thought you were talking
December
about, like, in a
25.
month. Oh, I was gonna say I was asking what day of the week so I can take off. I'll come over for that.
You better?
For what? What are we
It's
talking
just-
about then?
I don't know.
I'm lost. I thought we were talking about. I don't know. Next question.
But yeah, how about they just get rid of the Victory Casino and expand the pier? Just with, I've been saying that from
They most
day
definitely
one,
should.
but they should. I don't know why they won't do it.
Victory Casino can move down to Palm Beach.
They can move. They can move
Or
further
just
down
make
into the. Yeah, that would make a pretty good reef.
Yeah.
Look, if the SS United States can be a reef, so can Victory Casino. So
I agree.
I
and
agree
that's
with
kind
that.
of defaming the SS United States there, comparing it to that. But
Whatever.
it's about the shape that the Victory Casino's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked
And it just got out of dry dock too.
Out of dry dock.
Yeah, she did not look good when we saw her Friday.
Oh, speaking. So I don't know if you guys have followed it too much or like been looking too far into it, but have you guys heard anything about the SS United States? I know
I
it
heard
was
something
like
today that something's happening.
something's happening because I know
Yeah.
Florida, like I think it was whatever county, Pensacola, or if it's Pensacola County, I don't know, but Pensacola was like trying to get the ship and just sink it out into the bay, and I'm like, why?
Well, that's what they want to do, but they have to clear all the hazardous materials off the ship.
That's gonna be worse than trying to get the thing looking good again.
Well, I mean, what I heard is that something ecologically is holding them up, and
Probably
'cause
all
it
the
was supposed to
lead-based
happen in
paint.
like a few days. It was supposed to
Right.
happen like soon.
So did Florida actually purchase the ship?
But I think everything's like done. I think they're just waiting
that's
for it to
so
be
sad.
cleaned, but there's a holdup on something.
That's so sad. That
I mean-
ship deserved to be revived, and it just
Can we be honest
it
here?
went so down so quickly.
I am 100% for them reviving the ship. But if we take a look at the Queen Mary in Long Beach and Queen Elizabeth in Dubai, they're both in dismay.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, it's so
they're-
hard to keep
they
them going. That's why, because
they
nobody's
look-
actually. Oh yeah,
Nobody wants
nobody's
to pull-
actually maintaining it to where it just it looks that bad because nobody's putting the maintenance, and even putting the maintenance, the Queen Mary and the Elizabeth, it just looks so bad in general just because they're sitting up and they're so old.
Yeah, and I think that United States is a little farther gone than the other two were. And
Oh,
the other
absolutely.
two, so much money. And then even Queen Mary, and they're both hotels. And I mean, I saw
Right.
a review a couple of weeks ago, somebody who said, like, I mean, there's rust everywhere. The air conditioning doesn't work. It just looks old and run down. It's like, it's a lot of upkeep. And I just don't think anybody wanted to have to deal with that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it stinks. I mean, yeah, that thing is iconic. I mean, I think my grandfather had told me a story about the ship one time, like when it was brand new, like they had to like the thing was so fast, it was doing like 40 knots in reverse or something like that, which is unreal. But apparently when it would go, that is nuts. Yeah, I could not imagine a ship that big. The United States is a big ship too, especially from that time era. But like apparently she would go so fast when she ran transatlantic that they would have to repaint it when it got to the other side because it would rip. It would all the sea salt hitting it so fast would just rip out the paint. Like the hull would be just completely ripped up from the paint would be at least. But yeah,
Very interesting.
very very interesting.
Speaking of paint, did you guys see that Disney Magic got denied entry into New Zealand because she had some animals attached to her hull, like underneath? And New Zealand said, nope, you can't come here.
How do you get an animal attached to your hull? What is it?
Yeah, like a
barnacle?
whale shark?
I don't know, because they're like very strict about like invasive species, and I guess they did because every single ship gets like checked, and they had like, I don't know if it wasn't clean or something, but now she's doing a cruise to nowhere.
What the heck?
Wow. How the heck what do they, pilot come up with a flashlight? Oh, yep, you got an animal over there.
Yep, you're out.
So,
You're out.
it's happened a few times. I remember the past few years, like a celebrity ship and Queen
That's
Elizabeth,
crazy.
like, somebody that- yeah,
That is
pretty
crazy.
strict.
I mean, it's clearly got to be like barnacles or something like that, or
Mhm.
something weird, but like
Barnacle.
Barnacle Boy.
Mermaid
that's what
Man
we're
and Barnacle Boy.
That's what we're gonna call the Wonder now. It's gonna be the Disney Barnacle Boy.
Disney Barnacle Boy. I love that.
But that's so weird. I never heard of that. Would I ever go on an MSC cruise?
Yeah, we're booking World America.
We should.
You ain't
Yes.
booking nothing.
I think we missed one of Coop's questions, but I'll go back to Coop in a second here. I just saw it like it was like
Yeah, we're looking at
popped right up. But
2026.
yeah, I do want to do
He
MSCs.
sent me a video of him playing mini golf. I don't know.
I don't know if Coop knows he's on the adventure right now. But yeah, I definitely really want to do MSC. I've been wanting to try to do the Seashore for a while just because like the prices are so good on her at Canaveral, especially the 3 nights. So good, like under $300 good. But I definitely think we might end up doing World America in 2026 just because we have too much booked at the moment. That's like the earliest we can get on it.
Fine. As long as we're going on it, and as long as I have the tick box check, that's all that matters.
Coop wants to know drink of choice whilst on vessels. The gallery
Jack and Coke.
wants to know on an occasion like this.
Jack and Coke.
I'm surprised Pookie's heart doesn't explode from all the caffeine from all the Jack and Cokes.
You don't know. You don't know me. My body is unique.
Oh, it's unique, all right.
I can handle a lot more than the most normal people. I have fed my body such horrible stuff over the years that I am immune.
What about you? What about you, Dimitri?
Something
Rum
Greek,
and diet.
probably.
What was it?
He said rum, Diet Coke, Captain, Sailor
Oh.
Jerry's, Parrot Bay.
I think I usually will. Rum punch was my drink of choice on the Glory, but I'm
Sitting by the pool deck. I mean, give me a, pina colada.
I've been kind of
Rum
changing
latte.
up because I used to drink a lot of Jack and Cokes. Like I'm guilty of getting Justin started on those, but I've also just stopped drinking soda over the last couple of months, so I haven't really had a Jack and Coke in a while. But I would say rum punch was probably on the last cruise, at least my drink of choice. Or, maybe the occasional margarita or...
Just very sugary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really the only thing is sugary. What is it? The Miami Vice, very fruity, very girly, but this is very good.
I think we're all girls. We were listening to Sabrina Carpenter the other day.
Oh my god, that video is so funny.
Classic.
My brand new car, my dad car type vehicle now.
Is that what we're calling them now? Dad cars?
I definitely drive a dad car now. I went from a lowered baller ass little Civic to a little dad car.
Classic. Welcome to the dark side.
But I love it. It's so much fun having that space. But I got this giant car now, this giant SUV. This is Mazda, and I've got Coop, Dimitri, and Justin all in the cars, just screaming Sabrina Carpenter in the background.
We'd also been drinking, not you.
I was driving, so I was not. But yes, you guys were.
We'll take that clear.
But that was a fun time though. But yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I'd have to say maybe like a Miami Vice or a rum punch, probably my drink of choice. Let's see. Oh, what? But yeah. I like this one. Thoughts on Perfect Day Mexico?
Oh boy, can we talk about this, please?
Yes,
I think this question deserves an entire podcast topic.
Ooh, that would be a good idea.
That would be yes, we will definitely talk about it partially. Maybe. So next week's podcast is the Oasis preview, and then the post review the following week, and then maybe after that, as long as nothing major happens, we will do Perfect Day Mexico. How about that?
Or does that line up? Yeah, because we should have a buffer week, because then we'll do my pre-cruise too.
You're going on Voyager. I keep forgetting. You go. When do you go on the Voyager?
First week of the 9th, whenever she gets back. Like
my parents. My parents go on Voyager the 14th. Like the day you get off.
I'll wave to them.
But yeah, I think Perfect Day Mexico is just so weird, but like I like it. It's cool. It's just such a weird move. Like it's not a private island like all of the other places are where cruise lines are doing this. It is the full-on cruise port that everybody uses across the industry.
Right. Very, very unique.
I don't really understand what they meant, because the press release said they purchased Costa Maya, and I'm like, clearly that's Mexico land and Mexico port. Like, clearly they didn't actually buy the port itself, but like, does Royal Caribbean just get exclusive rights to it, or what? Like, there's still sailings on Jubilee that go there, so like, I don't really. There's definitely a lot of questions left to be answered about it, but it definitely is a very weird and very interesting move.
Very.
Yeah. I'm surprised the port wants that, because
even allowed it.
Right, because you know how it's going to take away from the local revenue that they would bring in. Like, I'm sure they're going to have to pay some kind of fee, Royal Caribbean, for this place, but like there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to want to go on like tours and stuff. I think at least. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be really weird. I mean, they can still offer stuff like that and just do like a water park. But even then, like,
I think that's going to be the extent of it. And a beach area, like a pool beach vibe area with a tiki hut bar in the center and a swim up bar. Yeah. And a water park tower of some sort with a kid's splash pad, and call it a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you pay $20 to go in there, and then another $20 to do everything in there. What's that?
They said it's double the size of Coco Cay.
Yeah.
At 400 acres. So.
Sheesh. Coco Cay is a small island, but they get a lot out of that small amount of real estate. So I mean, they can really maximize everything. They can make a huge water park if they wanted to. But I feel like, yeah, it would probably be like, I'm wondering if, I'm assuming that Carnival and Norwegian would still continue to use it. And
Yeah, for sure.
like maybe it's just like Royal Caribbean, because honestly that would take away so much of the revenue of that port, unless Royal Caribbean's like, oh, we're gonna put 4 ships a day 4 times a week, then okay,
Good
but
luck.
how are you gonna do? Yeah, good luck trying to do that, especially year round.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, what is it gonna be like? Oh, if you want to do Perfect Day Mexico, if you're on Icon of the Seas, pay $20. You get access to it, and if you want to do, say, the water park, then you pay another 20, or you pay this, or you pay X amount of dollars. Like, if you just want to hang out and not do anything but sit in a lounge chair, it's $20 to get in, or something like that, which would not surprise me at all, the way Royal Caribbean has been pricing things and stuff like that.
But at that point,
It's going to be more than
I would rather
$20.
not.
Let's be real with her. Let's be real.
I would rather not pay that though, and if I'm just gonna go in there to sit on a lounge chair, I'd rather just do it for free.
There's a
and
giant
sit-
pool already there in the port.
Right. I'd rather just do that.
Yeah,
Because think about it, it'll probably be less
so
crowded in that area because everyone's gonna go to the private section. So it's, I don't know. I mean, I love that they're doing it. I love this these private little destination stuff, but
Yeah.
it's just interesting.
Royal Caribbean is setting themselves up to, which I find really interesting, is that, so we've got Perfect Day Coco Cay, amazing, been doing very, very well. We have the Nassau Beach Break. What is it? Is it the Beach Break or Beach something?
Club.
I don't know,
Beach Club.
whatever it's called.
Royal Beach Club Nassau. We also have a Royal Beach Club in 2026 in Cozumel. Then in 2027, we have Perfect Day Mexico. So by the time that Icon 4 is sailing the Caribbean, we're going to have not only 4 Icon class, but we're going to have the potential of them running only stops to Royal Caribbean exclusive ports, quote unquote, because they're going to go to Nassau. They could do stuff like that. That's insane.
I can see them doing a lot more 1, 2, 4 night cruises, like 4 and 5 nights out of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and just run Costa Maya, Cozumel back. They used to do that,
Right,
but now that they're going to have these private sections, these short market cruises are going to go through the roof, especially out of Galveston. I mean, you can only go to the Western Caribbean for the most part, anyways, on a 7 night, or
Right.
the Bahamas. So now you can run shorter cruises out of there, and at least you're not just going I'm going to Costa Maya. It's Costa Maya, but we're going to Royal Caribbean's private section of it. So
Right,
I think
exactly.
these shorter itineraries are going to start. Not that they haven't boomed already, but they're going to become even more. popular.
They are going to boom.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like you said, I mean, you can run 4 and 5s out of Galveston. A 4 you could probably run to Cozumel and back. I think that's what Carnival does with the Dream. You do a Cozumel and back, but you still get the Cozumel beach day. Or the
Right.
5 nights, you get the extra day, so you do Cozumel and Costa Maya. Still, even out of Texas, you're still getting on the short cruises too. You're not even talking about the potential. I mean, you can do 6 and 8 night cruises on the Harmony out of there, or whatever Oasis class you want to put over there. You can do that. You can go all the way out to Nassau and go Nassau Coco Cay, and who knows, maybe even Mexico on an 8 day.
Right.
So I mean, they're monopolizing the ports, absolutely. And there's also Cabo Rojo.
Yes, I want to go there.
Cabo Rojo and Labadee. I mean, Carnival has a lot of places too, but not nearly to this extent. It's crazy.
Great. And then that opens the question: are we going to see Project Discovery stay within, the United States and maybe Tampa or Louisiana or something? Because now they're going to have, by the time those ships come out, all these places are going to be open.
Right, and that they're building those ships to go to exotic destinations. They're not building it to go to Perfect Day Coco Cay. They will go there, absolutely. That's
Right.
not even a question. But why would you build a ship that's smaller to go to more exotic places just to go to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Nassau. That's not what
Right.
they're being built for. If you're gonna build a new ship to do that, just build more Oasis class or more Icon class, or just build some more Quantums or even a new class of like the same size. Like
I
that's
would
not
like
the
to see them build
purpose.
More Freedom class.
I would love a Freedom 4.
I don't know why they haven't done that. I wonder if that's ever been
They were-
discussed.
it was. Did you not know that?
I think you told me about it. Like another
Yeah.
Freedom class.
So essentially what happened is that this was right after the Allure came out too, which would have been really cool to see them come back. But after Allure came out, there was discussions with Meyer Turku to build a fourth Freedom class, but instead they then optioned I think right before they put in the order for it, they said actually, let's go Meyer Papenburg, and we're gonna do Project Sunshine, which is now the Quantum class.
Fine with me, but now
I
we
think
can-
that was probably the smarter move long term, but that would have been really, really cool to see the Freedom again.
for sure.
But yeah, putting a Project Discovery ship, that those ships are literally being designed not to do your everyday basic Caribbean cruise. They're designed to go all over the world and do everything.
Prima and Viva, where they're kind of everywhere all the
Right,
time.
exactly. That's what they're basically being designed to do. I could see them even being that size. I mean, nobody's said that they're going to fit into Tampa. I think it's sorry, Justin and Steve, but I think it's the Tampa people that are getting their hopes very high, that they're saying, oh, we're going to build a smaller ship to go into certain ports. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go to Tampa.
Oh, it's coming here. I'm telling you, it's coming here.
It's coming. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
But
Yeah.
I mean, again,
No,
I think my thing behind that is more of just like they never really confirmed that, so you never really even know. But I have heard rumblings that they'd like to get something like that out of Tampa, but they just don't even know where they're at with that project yet.
Well, I'll tell them where they're at.
Yeah, but who knows? They keep saying that we're going to hear something by the end of the year about Project Discovery, so last time I checked, which was 3 seconds ago, we have 2 months left of the year for them to say something, so
Yeah, we're not going to hear anything about it.
you're not going to hear anything about it. Not this
No
year.
way. They're too busy with Oasis and Icon class.
I think we're going to hear Icon 5 before we hear the Discovery class, which
For sure.
Icon 5 is not that far out. Believe it
Oh,
or not.
shizzle.
They even said I'm pretty sure they did announce the options for 5 and 6. So yeah, they know they're coming. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat here.
Yeah, catch up.
See. Possible celebrities putting Beyond out of Miami's first time Edge. Beyond out of Miami is going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
That's awesome. I love
Edge
that
though,
class.
right?
I want to go on that class so bad. I can't believe we're getting Apex here in Canaveral. That is sick.
That's next year, though, right? We're just getting Equinox this year?
We're getting Equinox this year and then Apex next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on the pitch of that. Yeah, but but yeah, I'm very
I say that out loud.
yeah.
Man stuff.
Thoughts on solo cruising? I think I'm too introverted for that.
What?
Said thoughts on solo cruising.
Love it.
Introverted.
Love it.
I don't know. I mean, I have, but I haven't. I did a solo cruise on the Independence, but that was also third wheeling. So I had a room to myself.
I was
I
really
know.
on the ship with him. He was not alone.
I know, exactly. So it was like I was in the room by myself, which was cool, but I mean, I really wasn't alone.
No, but you had other people to go to dinner with.
Rachel
and-
should have been the one alone in the room.
I agree. Get her out of here.
Pookie cuddle
I did
time.
the magic. Yeah, Pookie time.
Okay, for anybody
It was awesome.
that saw the the glory videos. There was one clip where I think we were eating breakfast, and Justin's like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna get off the ship. I'm gonna show him where I met Gronkowski. We're gonna come back on the ship. We're gonna take a shower together, and then we're gonna cuddle. Pookie bedtime."
We did. We did. If you're wondering, we
Literally.
did all of that.
I was like, that is just too funny of a clip to just leave out. That was so funny.
Love. But cruising solo was a lot of fun.
It does seem really fun. I'd love to do it. I don't know. I'm very introverted, believe it or not.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Coop says, who's going to be the top dog in the next decade? MSC Slytherin.
They're Slytherin, all right. I
They're
think World
Slytherin.
Caribbean will still be, but I think MSC will be a lot closer than they are.
Oh, yeah.
Or have been. Whatever.
MSC is coming for everybody. MSC still, I in my opinion, I think MSC is still number 4. They're behind Norwegian. Norwegian bought themselves some time with this next class of ship that they're building. That's 225 or so. So, yeah, but I've heard things about this next project from MSC, and they're not coming for Norwegian. They're not going for Carnival. They're going for Royal. So, are they going to pass Royal? No, but if they keep up the trajectory that their goals are aligning with, they're easily going to take the number 2 spot, and they're going to be very close to taking Royal. I think it's a brand recognition and name right now for them.
Well, what I will say is, or what I found was good, is they do tier matching.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went on Seascape, I got all the benefits from being, I don't even know, was it platinum or gold or whatever higher tier I am on Norwegian, and I got all the benefits on MSC, and now I'm that thing on MSC.
Yeah, that I like, and their prices. So the nice part about MSC is that they're a shipping company, not in the cruise shipping company, but like a cruise, like cargo shipping. That's their bread and butter. That's where they make their money. Essentially, the cruise industry is their little side quest, their little fun money. So they're literally just throwing as much money at the wall right now with the cruise industry and they're really breaking even, maybe if even breaking a profit on the cruising section itself. But they're making so much money on their cargo stuff right now that they don't care, essentially. So that's why their prices are so low too.
Yeah,
They've got to be making some sort of profit, though.
They're close. I don't know I haven't seen their exact financials, but I've basically been told by word of mouth that like they're not over as far as profits, they're not overly profitable when it comes to cruising. But they're extremely profitable when it comes to cargo.
And I mean, the other thing is, I mean, if you really think about it, they're still generally new. They've got a lot of new builds coming out right now.
Right.
They've only got like, 7 or 8 ships that are, generally new. You've got the Splendida class, and then you've got the Seaside class, and obviously just the new World class. But all their other ships are very small, very rundown, need a lot of work. I doubt those are profitable after all their expense costs and stuff.
They don't put those in the U.S. either.
And they've got the market cornered in South America. They've got the market cornered in, Eastern Mediterranean. They've got the market cornered up in, Norway and even Dubai. It's only them and Virgin that were sailing, and Costa that were sailing to Dubai at one point. They've got that. You wanted to go cruise over there, that was your only choice, basically. So I
would say Asia is debatable too. They don't have too many ships over there in Asia, but I know they have the Bellissima over there right now. But I mean, they got the World Asia going over there. I mean, the World Asia is going to be huge for them. They're going to run the China market like nothing. But Jaco says, I see MSC putting World Class 4 out of Florida. So my theory, and essentially Port Canaveral supposedly has asked MSC directly, like, hey, can you put a World Class here? but they don't have enough ships yet. Obviously, because they have the World Europa staying in Europe. They have to use the new terminal down in Miami for America because that just makes sense. Unlike, yeah, I'm not going to even talk about Norwegian, building that terminal for the Encore, not putting it there. But like, they're building a giant terminal for the World America, so they're going to put it there. And then they have the World Asia. I don't like that they're doing that with the names, unless that's just, the World Asia, but I'm pretty sure they confirmed it's going to go to Asia. But so the World Asia is going to Asia, and then they got the fourth one, great, but that's like the earliest that they can get one into Canaveral, and that's at that point they may just put the World America up in Canaveral and swap that one into Miami. I don't know, but Canaveral wants a world class, from what it seems like,
sure.
which makes sense. I mean, I'd love one in Canaveral too. I think everybody wants one of those ships right now here in the U.S. I'm sure Galveston would. If they could fill one out of Galveston, they should definitely put one in there. I mean, they probably could just build 2 more. Well, if they were going to build 2 more, they already have that 270,000 ton project on the way. So
I'm sure they will.
So they have not ordered that new project, to my knowledge. Last time I had been briefed on the situation, but they had not ordered that project yet. But it is all but ordered, essentially, is what it sounds like, which is cool. That's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder. They haven't announced like a new class yet, right?
No,
MSC just world
not yet.
class.
Not yet. Speaking of new classes, so I don't know who did it, but somebody leaked pictures of the new Carnival class.
When?
Oh, was that from a few days ago?
Yeah, it was from a few days ago. So it's not the ones that. So essentially, what happened is that Fincantieri needs to extend the dry dock, and I don't know where to find these, so please do not ask. But I've seen the pictures, but I do not know where to find them or where these leaked to. I'm sure they're gone by now. But essentially what happened is that Fincantieri needs to extend the dry dock, so there is a project management firm or some sort of engineering firm that reached out and created renderings to show that ship fitting, in that new dry dock space, but they showed it online for everybody to see.
Oops.
Whoopsies.
Funny.
Whoopsies is right.
I have not seen them since, though, so I'm pretty sure Carnival took them down quickly.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I saved them to my phone before they were gone.
Of course.
But I will not, and out of respect for Carnival, I will not be sharing those photos, but I have seen it. At this
Carnival,
point.
if you don't make us Carnival ambassadors, we're leaking them. We're leaking them. We're gonna leak your photos.
Oh my god! Could you imagine?
The ball's in your court now.
Just straight up blackmail Carnival with that. No, I would say. I mean, Carnival would probably be very pissed at me for that, but I won't do that to them. But anyways. I see a question about, I see what happened to Carnival Freedom. Let's see. Second time in 2 years, eyewitnesses say lightning may have caused the fire. Yeah, I don't know about the lightning part of that. That's just too easy of a scapegoat, I feel like. Lightning, funnels are meant...
I think not.
Funnels are supposed to conduct, they're steel. They're going to conduct electricity. You're going to get lightning strikes. They happen all the time. They don't set ships on fire, though. Other than the one time.
That happened to the same ship 2 times.
It was the other side of the funnel, too. It was the starboard side that caught fire the first time, and then the second time it was the port side.
Classic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's funny, when you sent me that picture, I thought it was from the first time, and then
I know.
I realized it was on the other side. I said, "Uh-oh."
I know. So Jay Walt, he's He's on Instagram. JWalt Cruises, I think, is the full account name. You should definitely follow him because he has a lot of really cool stuff about shipyards, like dry docks, things like that. So definitely go check him out. But I talked to him from time to time, and he literally sent me a picture because I guess somebody on the ship must have sent it to him right away. And he sent it to me, and I go, no way. I like just straight up was like, no, you've got to be kidding me. And he's like, dude, it's on fire again.
Ridiculous.
So bad. And like the sad part is like that she was one of the best looking ships in the fleet when that happened too.
Oh, she looked so good.
She looked so good. I mean, like, she looked just like the Glory does right now, but like the Glory looks fantastic.
It's just because Freedom looked so bad for so long because like after the fire, like they knew she was going to go into dry dock eventually, so they just let her go.
I wish I know they really just like they neglected the ship so bad, like it was, you know, all rusty. It was, you know, it was bad. So like they let it go for so long, and then they finally, you know, fixed it up, and it looked so good. And then now it's just like, really.
I can't believe it.
And we booked a cruise on it because they finally fixed it. It was like, sweet, finally. And
womp womp.
Womp womp. But yeah, I'm so excited to go on her. But like, to be funny, I want to, when we go on her, I want to get 2 ship models, and I want to get one and just like chop the whale tail off of it. So like I have a normal looking one, and then one that actually like resembles a ship because it doesn't have the whale tail on it. I'd have to get 2 because I couldn't. I would irritate me having a broken one. But if I had one good one and one, you know, chopped off, then that would be fine too. That'd be so funny.
Hurt me.
But yeah, it's crazy that happened a second time.
For real.
Hi,
The same
Rachel.
ship. Like, if it happened to a different ship, it'd be like, okay.
right. If it happened to the Glory, I'd be like, oh wow, that's crazy. But no, it's like,
what a
you've got to be
shame,
kidding
you know?
me. Like, you've got to be kidding. But yeah, what else? What else is there? Let's see.
Disney Destiny, Disney future plans. What's that about?
Oh, Disney. Oh, I remember seeing that. How do we feel about Disney Destiny's first new build Disney ship not to sail out of Port Canaveral?
I love it because it's going to Fort Lauderdale.
That's awesome. So their terminal down there is so nice too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I'm very late to getting to that question. I feel like I skipped over it on accident, so I apologize. But yes, I'm very excited for that to come to Port Everglades. I definitely want to come down there when it first shows up too. Hopefully we don't get sandblasted this time. I'm still dumping sand out of my backpack from that, from the Sun Princess. It was very high winds the day I went to go see the Sun Princess with Justin. And the wind was so strong, it was kicking up sand, and it literally just buried all of our equipment in the sand by the end of the day. But it was.
Still have sand all over the place.
There's sand like in the speakers of my phone. I had sand in my pockets that day. That was nuts. But yeah, I'm very excited to get a Disney ship. Like that's gonna be really cool. Like, yeah, I wish it would come to Canaveral because that's my home port and that's where I go to the most. But like. I'm pretty hyped to see a new Disney ship going somewhere else. What?
I mean, yeah, it makes sense because of the new terminal. So
right, exactly. I would have figured the Wish would have gone there. Honestly, my first thought would have been the Wish moves, and Destiny does 3 and 4s. But this makes just about as much sense. So, and then Disney Adventure. We talked about Adventure last week, but that's not going to Canaveral either. Clearly, that's going to Singapore. That ship looks amazing. Right. I know our whole podcast last week was about the Adventure, but that thing looks amazing.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah, I think eventually she'll come over here.
I hope so.
I think it's going to be a while though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a couple of years. It was technically designed for Asia, which, you know, Asia design ships are definitely not, you know, what we would expect out of, you know, what we typically see here in the U.S., but that doesn't really necessarily mean that she's not going to go to the U.S. at any point in time. But it's going to be a very long time before we do see that thing over here. I don't know where they'd put it either, because Disney doesn't really have the terminals. They would have to like use that new terminal in Canaveral, you know, where that marina is, in like 2030, basically, if they wanted to put it over here. Because it would just like it would not fit at 8, and it would also be hanging way out of that terminal in Fort Lauderdale. It would be like hanging out of that slip by like a long shot.
Oh, even right, even the Dream in there is tight.
Right, exactly. And I think the Wish class or the Triton class are like the same size ish. So like that's the only reason they're able to get Destiny in there. It's because it's not far off of what they currently have. Do you think speaking of, do you think the next generation Disney ships are going to be bigger or smaller than the Wish? Those 4 new ones that they ordered.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger?
And can we change up the design a little bit, please? We've got 4 of the ones that look the same. Can we do something a little different?
I mean, I love the way it looks, but like, come on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I get why they do it, because they tried to, like, the Dream class, they tried to imitate just a much larger version of the Magic class. And obviously they're just trying to almost just kind of tweak it a little bit with the Wish. But maybe if they just went a little bit bigger and just try to do a little bit differently, still go with like the classic ocean liner design, but you can still, like, all the classic ocean liners look different. So I mean, it's not like they can't, you know, change the design and still keep that vibe.
Right. It's Disney. They can make something nice.
They can kind of just do whatever they want.
That's also true.
Yeah, for sure. I have also been told that nobody's really seen any like inside footage or pictures or anything like that, but I was told the layout of Treasure is different than the Wish, because I heard Wish's interior layout was just really, really odd. So good. I've always found it so funny, because it's even in the documentary that they did like on Disney Plus about the ship, but they're interviewing some of the lead designers and like the lead designers for the ship. And they're like, I've never been on a cruise before. This was a really fun project. I'm like, what do you mean you haven't been on a cruise before? You just designed a whole ship. And there's people that have gone on and like, you can kind of tell. But I have heard that a different design team came in.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah. So that'll be good. Hopefully, yeah. So hopefully Treasure and Destiny are a little bit different.
Hopefully.
Alrighty.
Dream was having issues today/yesterday. I saw that.
I think it's just a bunch of like random cruise news from even like the Triumph way back then. It's just like a bunch of random stuff. Let's see. Cruises Forever. What do you guys think of Tampa in the future? Do you think we could ever see Disney Wonder or Magic, possibly MSC, bringing a small ship over, or even Holland America? Isn't Holland America coming back?
They were going to before COVID. Like, they stopped and then they announced that they were going to come back, but they never did. I could definitely see MSC doing it. Whether or not they will do it, I don't know, but I could definitely see them do it. And at one point a few years ago, Disney Cruise Line was here doing something with the port.
They were doing something.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I would love to see the Wonder at it.
I don't know with Disney, but I can definitely see MSC doing it.
I don't think, though, Magic or Wonder are too tall. They're not...
Oh, no. They can definitely fit. They can fit.
Yeah. They have pretty tall, like really tall funnels, but I don't think they're too tall to get onto the bridge. Those ships would be awesome in here. At this point, the issue now is space, because it's not... Yeah, it's not Canaveral. It's not like they're, 80,000 ships trying to pile in there, but it's like 7 or 8 ships total trying to get into 3 berths that are there. Like, it's just not gonna go well.
Yeah,
They're
We
working
need
on a
that.
new terminal.
we need it.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they are working on a new terminal.
They've got the plans. I've seen the plans for it. I didn't know they could do it, but there's going to be a lot of reconfiguring, and it's not going to be a simple thing. It's going to take a long time to do it.
Yeah. It's gonna be about as big of a mess as Tropicana Field right now.
Yeah, we got too many problems over here right now. Let us take it one project at a time.
One step at a time, please.
Let's fix the Trop first.
Yeah. They should hire my company to do it. Did they do the new terminal?
We should just go do it. The 3 of us.
We should.
Just go buy some giant tarps and just get to work. What are those idiots doing up there?
Sunshine Skyway's 180 feet. Disney Magic's 171.5. They're coming to Tampa.
Unless there's just giant like masts on top of the funnels, but I don't think there are. But I think that would be included. Cut it off.
We don't need it.
Cut it off. Do the roar.
Good roar, Daddy.
Let's see. Wonder can't fit into Sydney without the post on the rear funnel being lowered. Well, I guess if they can lower it, then Magic's cannot be lowered. So I guess that the Wonder can. The Wonder would be the one to go in.
It says both of them are 171.5. So
Yeah, I guess. Who knows? I guess. I mean, never say never.
I don't know if Disney will come here because Pork and Animal is really like the Disney port, but
I mean, it's just as good.
Oh, of course, and it's about the same distance.
It's the same distance. So I mean, honestly, if they wanted to, they probably could put the little ones here if they were running out of space. I mean, yeah, they have the little ones doing the exotic itineraries, but in 2 to 3 years, you're going to have about 6 to 7 ships to where you can send the Wish, you can send the Treasure out to Brisbane or Sydney or even LA or Europe. So I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, at some point, the newer ships or even the Dream class are going to start going to these exotic itineraries too.
Right. If I had to guess, I would say MSC would be here first.
Or Costa
Yes.
with their small little ships, a little.
Do they have any?
I don't think it can fit. Or maybe just like
I think there's
Luminosa come here. How about that?
Luminosa I could see, but I don't
if
know
they
if
ever
that's.
pull out of Australia,
They're putting it in San Francisco for a season.
San Francisco.
Is it just
Give me
going to
a
do
break.
coastal
That's
cruises?
the most San Francisco thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, give me a break.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? It's so weird.
You can get Island Princess or Coral Princess.
I don't think any. Actually, no. They have Costa has Deliziosa, but they seem to be putting that on world cruises pretty
Europe.
frequently.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
So that was
I'd
actually
like to see Princess. I'd like to see Princess.
Princess would be
Tampa.
cool. Do they have anything that small still?
Coral or Island.
Really, they're that small?
Oh yeah, they're about the size of, give or take, like the Spirit class.
Oh, really?
Or the give or take.
I for some reason thought they were like the size of like the Emerald Princess or those, the like 100,000 ton ones. Oh,
No, they're smaller.
interesting. Oh, actually, now that you think of it, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm thinking of different ships.
But
yeah.
I think Holland America used to have the Oosterdam here. I'd love to see them bring.
I was gonna say they did used to have a thing.
We just saw the Volendam, and Volendam's perfect.
I think they could fit the
Holland used to be
Koningsdam.
here.
I think the Koningsdam was going to come here once when
Ain't no way.
it was last year. It wasn't for cruises. It was Fort Lauderdale had that big rain event, like a 2-day stretch where they had like 40 inches of rain and everything. was
Oh, I
closed.
remember that.
So there was like the new Staten Dam, and maybe like the new Amsterdam or something, like one of the other ones,
Mhm.
and they were going to go to Tampa to drop people off.
Dimitri, look up
Like
the sizes.
It was going to happen, and then I think they were able to get it into Fort Lauderdale, so they just went there instead.
Oh, wow.
So
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine. The Koningsdam would be crazy to see in there.
I don't think it's much. It's definitely longer, so that might be an issue. But I don't think it's any taller than like the Osterdam.
I put the Symphony there in Virtual Sailor, so it's definitely long enough.
Yeah, well, we know how realistic that is.
I may have hit a few things on the way in, but I got the Symphony into Terminal 6.
Oh my god,
I just got lucky that the Skyway Bridge isn't rendered into that game.
for real.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, I think we're coming up on time here, though. This was a really fun one. Just kind of like sitting, not really having a true topic, just kind of just bouncing ideas off of each other the whole time, and just bouncing just random conversation. But it's crazy to think that we're at the 1 year anniversary for this podcast. It's nuts. It feels like we just started it yesterday.
I agree with that.
The past year has flown by. I mean, literally our first podcast, we did like a cruise news one, and then we were officially like, all right, yeah, that one really good. We're gonna turn this into a podcast. And we did the Allure of the Seas pre-cruise podcast like the next week.
Love it.
But yeah, I'm excited. I love that we decided to do this because this is so much fun to do.
Agreed.
And we've been pretty consistent too. We haven't really, other than Hurricane Milton, we haven't really missed any weeks of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Very consistent. They call me Justin
nice.
Consistier.
But yes. But yeah, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed listening, watching, and wherever you may be, whether you're here on YouTube, here in our live chat, and thank you to everybody who was participating in our Q&A here in the live chat. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had fun, and we will see you guys next week for our Oasis of the Seas pre-cruise podcast. Have a good night, everyone.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your cruise, Coop. Bye.
Yeah, bye, Coop.